Welcome back, everyone. Well, summer has finally shown its face here, which is wonderful to see. It's the best time while you're relaxing to think about your next getaway. And you know, here at Cruise1st, we'll always have the answer, Jo.
That is right. And if that answer happens to include the words all-inclusive, so much the better. So we filled this show with value-packed treats negotiated by our amazing team here at Cruise1st.
Here at Cruise1st, we've been sending British travellers on amazing cruise holidays for over 20 years. Our award-winning team specialise in bringing you the best deals from all the major cruise lines sailing right across the globe. Whether you're looking to cruise locally or afar, with thousands of unmissable deals available right now, you can be sure we'll find you your perfect cruise holiday. So if you're ready, let's go cruising.
Yeah, let's go cruising to the Far East, Brazil, Greece and Turkey. 3 cracking ideas for next year coming up, all with free at sea. So that means premium drinks, Wi-Fi, excursion credits and extra dining are all on the menu for these offers, as well as low deposits too. Let's start with the one that's closest to home. It's an 11-night Greece and Turkey offer featuring a cruise on the Norwegian Viva. Goes on the 9th of September next year and we'll fly you over to Athens first. 2 nights in a hotel before we cruise. Wonderful city to discover, even if you've been before. I mean, lovely, beautiful, lots to see and lots to enjoy, Jo.
Yeah, there is. Of course, there's the Parthenon, the Acropolis. It's the cradle of the ancient Western civilization, of course, amphitheatres. I mean, you just gawk and are in awe of these ancient ruins, I find, when I've been in Athens. I love the new Athens as well. And like, you know, all the vibrant cafes, street food, take a trolley tour around the kind of old town to get a flavour for it. But, you know, there's great shopping in Athens because let's not forget it is a world capital. So you've also got, you know, all of your favourite well-known brands if you're shopping for a touch of luxury whilst you're there too. Then it's time for us to cruise and experience the Norwegian Viva. Now, this is Norwegian elevated. Since the Viva was launched, which was launched in summer 2023, assisted to the Prima, it has a much higher crew to passenger ratio on board. It is about that South Beach, you know, Ibiza chill luxury vibe, you know, the indoor-outdoor feel. There's a lot more outdoor space on board these vessels, like 30% more than other Norwegian ships. So there's a big focus on the infinity pools, and you've got a racing car. They knew you were coming, Derek.
The Viva Speedway.
Yes, the Viva Speedway.
Is waiting.
I mean, how exciting is that, to actually have that experience when you're on board a cruise ship?
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's absolutely ridiculous. And you can buy full day tickets to be there as well,
Brilliant.
by the way. That would be me on at least one day of the cruise, which is good. And actually, do you know what? On this itinerary, because Norwegian pack their itineraries with ports, we haven't got a sea day, I don't think, on this itinerary at all. It's literally port after port after port, but one full day. I will be there on the Speedway.
Oh, 100%.
Guaranteed.
Well, and actually sometimes the best time to enjoy these activities is when everyone else is off in port and you've got the ship to yourself.
Yeah.
Just sunbathe on deck, look at the lovely views. There is also a fabulous slide, which is the Rush, and it's a dry slide actually. It goes, you know, all the way from deck 18 down to deck 8. There's a brilliant water park on board too. Then the food, of course, Norwegian is known for its specialty dining. So you've got a lot of incredible specialty restaurants, whether you're looking for Italian or Eastern food or classic. We're cruising out of Piraeus, and the first port we're heading into is Thessaloniki, which is on mainland Greece, really beautiful. It's actually the second largest city outside of Athens. And it, you know, you've got a lovely promenade there with the famous White Tower. You've got to see that right there on the beach. The Roman arch as well is amazing. Then it's Izmir, and Izmir is the port for Ephesus, ancient Ephesus actually, which was a prosperous and highly cultured trade centre. And you can see the Temple of Artemis there. It is full of kitty cats, Ephesus. If you love cats, loads of cats live there. Then we have an overnight in Istanbul, which is great. So you can see all the main sites like Hagia Sophia, Blue Mosque, Basilica, the Grand Bazaar, but also I'd recommend booking a hammam experience where you actually get the proper Turkish bath, the steam, the scrub, the soap massage is very cool. Love doing that. Then it's time for Mykonos, and this will be a nice chilled out day. I think there's quite a lot of sightseeing on this itinerary. So when you get to Mykonos, it might just be the beach. Maybe you're just going to stroll around the boutiques of the old town and take some pictures. Very fun. Then it's Santorini, and again with Santorini, really, the downtown area is Santorini. You've got to go to Tira. You can take the cable car from where the cruise ship docks up there and just stroll around the enigmatic town centre that is so special. Rhodes is next, and this is also full of incredible ancient civilization heritage. You've got amazing architecture, the Acropolis of Lindos right there, so it's medieval and Roman, and nice little street market in Rhodes. Heraklion's next for Greece, for Crete. And this also has great archaeological finds dating back to the 9th century BC, and you'll learn all about the Greek gods as well if you take an excursion, which is fascinating. Make sure you book with your Shore Excursions team. We're back into Piraeus for your flight back to the UK after this culturally rich itinerary on one of the newest, most exciting NCL ships in the world.
Yeah, I'd say this would be a good family affair. And then I was just conscious of the date there, because obviously that's when the children go back to school. But maybe, you know, maybe multi-generations of the same family might want to get away on this one, 9th of September next year. It's a nicely balanced kind of holiday, actually, isn't it? And if you've never tried one of the newer Norwegian ships, they are so smart and so vibrant. So if you want to be literally horizontal and lazy as you like, you absolutely can do that. It's not lazy when you're on holiday at all. It's relaxing. It's enjoying your holiday, isn't it? Being lazy when you're on holiday on a lounger. But then you can be on the Viva Speedway going round and round and round the racetrack, so everyone's satisfied, and the food and the offering on board is so exciting as well. You've got a low deposit offer on this to get it booked, because this is for next September, so £199 each as a deposit gets this booked today, which would be really good to know that it's happening. And the price tag for this, given that it's all inclusive and includes so much as well. So for your $1,999, you've got your flight out to Athens, you've got the 2-night hotel stay there, and then you've got the 9-night cruise. And while you're on the cruise, you've got the premium drinks package, which is right up there. You've got a night of specialty dining, you've got Shore Excursion credits for every port you go into, and you've got Wi-Fi included, which I think is really good. Plus, exclusively on this offer with us here at Cruise1st, if you choose the Ocean View upgrade, we'll upgrade you again to the doors and the fresh air of the balcony, but you've got to be quick for that. Let's go and have a little look at the prices for the upgrade, so you can see that Ocean View and balcony are the same price, because we are offering you a balcony upgrade for the price of an Ocean View, and that is exclusive to us here at Cruise1st. But it won't last forever, and it will sell very quickly, especially when you can put your deposit down of £199 each right now to guarantee that Ocean View to balcony upgrade. So a lot of people will want to do that, seeing that actually normally, so Ocean View, if it wasn't a promotion right now, I'd say that balcony upgrade would probably be maybe just tipping into the 4-figure extra, where at the moment you could take advantage at $649 Ocean View price. We upgrade you to balcony, which is going to actually save you an awful lot, on top of the fact that the drinks package is included, and you know, you've got your night of specialty dining, which is going to save you even more because it's already in and part of the offer as well. We are good, aren't we? 0800 953 4700 is the number to call. Remember, we have so many offers with all of the major cruise lines. We're featuring Norwegian in this show, but there are so many flash sales and special offers coming along. Make sure two things: make sure you're following us on Facebook and also Instagram as well. We've started posting on Instagram again. Yes, there we are on the gram all the time.
Fancy.
And sign up to our email updates as well. And you can do that on our website at cruise1st.tv. Now, I believe we're heading to the Far East this time.
Yes, we absolutely are. We've got a melting pot of destinations and one trip for March. We are cruising in Malaysia, Thailand and Indonesia. And we've got 2 stays included. One in Bali and the first in Singapore. We'll be flying on the 24th of March and stay for 3 nights.
Lovely.
In lovely Singapore, the Garden City. Now, I always love when an Eastern cruise starts off in Singapore, because the nice thing about Singapore is it is not as bustling and crazy as other cities. Yet if you love that feeling of being around kind of in the center of things, then you've also got those options, because you can head to kind of the street markets and it is a little bit bananas there. But there's also these beautiful tranquil spaces all around Singapore, gardens by the bay. I mean, look at this. These light shows at night are spectacular. The Orchid Garden, which is UNESCO World Heritage Site with over 50 species of rare orchids. Singapore Zoo is one of the best zoos in the world, and they do nighttime safaris there and morning breakfast tours. I mean, it's special. Then we're cruising on the Norwegian Sun, a ship I know very well because I worked on this ship back in the day. We're going to be on board for 12 nights. This will indeed be your home away from home as you head through the east, and it's a nice relaxed ship, this one, the Sun. A real, firm favourite in the fleet as well. Now, Norwegian's known for things like the white hot party. So everyone gets dressed up in white and has the glow sticks. It's super fun. It's out on deck and then up in the disco. But they also have theme nights. Obviously you are going to be in kind of the eastern reaches. So you might have, a Thai theme tonight or an Indonesian theme tonight. And they do their cruise show on board as well, which is a lot of crew members, particularly a lot of crew members from Indonesia, doing traditional dance and performance for you. And that's a really fun, special thing about cruising. Like, you get to kind of feel that the crew members are part of the family, really.
That's a lovely thing, actually.
Isn't it?
It really connects you with the team on board as well, because they
love doing it too.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, who wouldn't? If you worked in the background and you were, a chef by day, it's really lovely, every cruise to get out there and actually meet the guests as well, and turn a different talent.
Yeah, and it is amazing, like, how talented some of these people are. Like you said, chef by day, singer by night.
Yeah.
Oh, they'll sing you the best ballads. They really will. Right, so we are cruising out of Singapore, and we are heading into Kuala Lumpur as your first port. Now, this is awash with incredible history. The Batu Caves are a must-see. Do speak to the Norwegian team on board to book your shore excursions as well. Remember, you have your $50 per port per stateroom towards your shore excursions. Then it's Penang, which is known for its B Corp certified habitat, Penang Hill, an award-winning rainforest discovery centre. I'd be straight there for sure, with the gateway to UNESCO Penang Biosphere Reserve. Langkawi's next, known as the Jewel of Kedah. It's duty-free, so great for a spot of shopping too, but you also have the mangroves to explore on tour, take you through the jungle with a great tour, to learn about this. We have an overnight in Phuket, Thailand. This is a great place to have an overnight, because I have to say, Phuket, I was there in April, really comes to life at night. It is full of great dining, lots of entertainment as well, bright lights, excitement. It's a great place to spend nighttime. And there's nighttime tours as well. They'll take you out on maybe a culinary experience. Jakarta's next, capital of Indonesia. There's over 17,000 islands. This is the capital, and it has a real juxtapose of different cultures: Javanese, Malay, Chinese, Arab, Indian. Beautiful mosques there, but at the same time, it's very relaxing. And then we have Semarang. Now, this is the place to visit the UNESCO World Heritage Borobudur Temple, which is the oldest and largest Buddhist temple in the world, and it is utterly spectacular. This is the place to go when you're in this port. Surabaya is next, and you can head up to Mount Semeru, which is an active volcano. Very interesting. I just love Indonesia for its arts and crafts too. It's gorgeous silversmithing and goldsmithing, beautiful hand carved adornments that you can bring home with you. Then we've got a total of 4 nights in Bali, as we have an overnight in Benoit, plus an additional 3 nights in the island of the gods. And this is your place to really relax after your tour. Maybe you've been doing a lot of sightseeing on the cruise, so this will be time to just breathe and enjoy the tranquil vibes of Bali. From incredible temples like the Uluwatu temple up in the mountains, which is right there, and you can go and see a cultural show when you're there too, through to some lovely beaches, massages on the beach perhaps. The Balinese are known for their incredible massages as well. You've got to do it whilst you're there, and their spas. You've got to do it whilst you're there. Lovely food. I mean, I just adore Bali, as many of you I'm sure know because I talk about it a lot, but this is a great way to finish your itinerary. So flying into Singapore, we have that mini break in Singapore, heading through some of the best of Malaysia, Thailand and Indonesia before we have a total of 4 nights to finish in Bali, and then we fly you back to the UK.
How many times or how long have you been sitting on a plan to do the Far East? This is just, isn't it? This is just perfect if you think about it, because you've got a taste of Singapore and a good taste of Singapore as well on one end of the cruise. And then, as Joe mentioned there, that lovely paradise, unravel, detox, retox, all that kind of stuff in Bali. And then fascinating cruise of lots of different places through the cruise, where you come back to the familiarity of the cruise ship every evening. It's not a big cruise ship either, actually, in this day and age. You know, around about 2,000 passengers. It's kind of like in the middle of the bracket, so not too big, not too small. You know, plenty to do, plenty of specialty dining on board, some of that included for you as well, which is lovely. And if you like the idea of this, you can find out so much more about the, you know, the ship and the destinations by looking up the offer on the website, Cruise1st.tv, pop in NCL 350, and you can put a low deposit down to get this booked right now. And actually, I think, you know, planning a trip for March and doing it now with a low deposit is a really, really sensible thing to do, actually, because you can sit on a plan for a long, long time and procrastinate about it, and you end up sometimes, oh, actually, we'll leave it. We'll do it in 2 years' time. You know, we'll find some point in the future, and who knows what's going to happen between now and then. I mean, here we are in the summer right now, and we're talking about getting this done and ready in March. So as soon as Christmas and New Year is all out of the way, that's it. You're on the run up to this holiday and making it happen, and you've locked it in way ahead of time with a deposit of just £199 each. It's brilliant. While you're on the cruise, you've got premium drinks included, you've got a night of specialty dining. As Joe mentions, you've got $50 of shore excursion credit per port per stateroom, which is brilliant. That's going to help you out with exploring these new places, and you've got a Wi-Fi package included, so you can do homework along the way, send pictures back, keep in touch, whatever it might be. So again, that price really packs an enormous punch. Let's have a look at the upgrades as well. So if you want to go from inside up to ocean view or up to your balcony, your prices are there. So bear in mind, this is so good for the money, I think, don't you? So the flight out to Singapore, and that's a hefty flight as well, you know, then you've got 3 nights in a hotel there, 12 nights of cruising, which is superb, through to Kuala Lumpur, Penang and Langkawi, Malaysia. The overnight in Phuket, so 2 full days there. Then Jakarta, Semarang and Surabaya in Indonesia. Finishing in Benoit with the final overnight, that's in Bali. And then you leave the Norwegian Sun, who've got 3 nights in a hotel in Bali. And then, of course, the flight back to the UK from Bali. All of that included. Even if the drinks and the shore excursion and the extra bells and whistles weren't there, that would be a good price. But you know what? That really is very, very good indeed. And then if you want to treat yourself further, you've got the ocean view, you've got the balcony options there too as well. Or if you just want to take the best price that you've got there and go and explore these beautiful places, by all means, that's what we do. We always put that best price in front of you first, because actually we're racing to the very best value for you, because we've negotiated these special rates with the cruise lines. And there's many more offers as well. You'll find them all on the website at Cruise1st.tv, because as many new shows as we make, and we're making more shows for the channel than ever before, the chance of you running into repeats now on the channel is like so rare. So you need to catch those shows you know, while they can, because there really is a massive choice right now. But however many new shows we make, there's still more offers that we don't have time to tell you about.
Absolutely.
Always.
Yeah, it's an absolute treasure trove, the website, so do check it out.
Yeah.
Finally in this show, an epic cruise on the Norwegian Star, taking us from Portugal to Rio de Janeiro in Brazil, and it's all-inclusive too. 19 nights of fun. Getaway starts on the 19th of November next year, where we will fly you over from the UK to Lisbon in Portugal for a night in a hotel there. Brilliant. The Portuguese capital, full of incredible culture, delicious food. Yes, you have to try the pastel de nata and the chocos fritos. It's like calamari. Not that I eat that, but I've heard it's very good. But some veggie. You have got lots of nice little excursions you can do that just, you know, to relax as you're getting in there. That beautiful bridge, you'll see that as you're sailing out. The buildings, the architecture in Lisbon is really stunning
It's
as well.
stunning, yeah, it is.
Yeah,
and you can have more than one night there. We've just put one night in the package, but you can have 3 or 4 if you want to. Just talk to the team and add more nights.
100%.
Then it's time to cruise. Norwegian Star. We're on board for 2 weeks.
Oh my gosh, 2 fabulous weeks. So I cruised on the Star for 6 months when I was doing contracts a few years ago. But since then, she has undergone an extensive upgrade. 20 plus, I'm really excited to actually see what she looks like now. She was fabulous before, but 20 plus upgrades, different venues is incredible.
And it's all finished, by the way.
Yes, don't worry.
You won't find scaffolding around it. It's all done.
Oh my gosh.
And dusted. It was done a few years
She
back.
was already a beautiful ship, honestly. So I just think that this is amazing. And this is the thing. It's always about maintaining the luxury when you're with these cruise lines. You know, that Norwegian are very good about that. They want you to come back to a ship you love and see more than ever before. But if this is the first time, I think it'll be like, you know, stepping onto a brand new vessel.
It's kind of like the equivalent of, you know, I mean, like not such a regular experience these days, but you know, back in the day where you used to go and sit in the doctor's waiting room or the dentist's waiting room or whatever, they'd have the really smart magazines out. Mm-hmm. And you'd see like the Homes and Gardens and the interior design magazines and whatever. It's like Norwegian have taken all their inspiration from the latest interior design.
Yes.
And made it so vibrant and so smart.
Yep.
It's lovely, and yeah, it's very, very relaxed and great fun on board as well. It hasn't become stuffy and formal because it's become smart and boutique.
Well, it's freestyle cruising anyway, Norwegian, so it isn't about the stuffy informalness that you might know from other vessels. It's about low-key luxury. It's about being able to just decide if you want to get dressed up or not, because there's no pressure to do that.
No.
Not having to book your dining times. You can go when you want, and showtime, same thing. Some of my favourite venues on board the Star include the delicious Churrascaria, which is the Brazilian steakhouse, the Champagne Bar, that's been given a makeover to Gatsby Champagne Bar, which is fabulous, Cagney Steakhouse, you've got Le Bistro, so much more. We are cruising out of Lisbon, and the first port we're heading into is Funchal in Madeira, where you can head to Mount Toboggan and go down the slope on a traditional wicker sled. You might want to go and enjoy the cable car whilst you're there as well, and the lovely, lush botanical gardens. Then we're into Tenerife. Maybe it's a beach day for you in fabulous Tenerife, where the sun seems to always shine all year round. And Mount Teide National Park is also really interesting. It's almost like the lunar surface. They've filmed a lot of movies up there, actually. Then we're hopping over the pond before we head into Mindelo in beautiful Cape Verde. Ooh, this is the place of dreams, isn't it? When you think about paradise, that perfect azure ocean, clear as anything, great for marine life, snorkeling, diving, sailing, that kind of thing. Then it's Recife in Brazil, beautiful Recife, the Venice of Brazil they call it, because its city is crossed by waterways and linked by numerous bridges as well. I think you want to definitely do a tour of the city to get a feel for it when you're there. Then we're into Maceió, and this is full of natural beauty and these candy coloured historical homes. You know, it's got a lovely cheerful tone to it. The beaches are superb, as you'd imagine, and of course you're heading into Brazil in their summertime too, which is great. Then it's Salvador. This is my favourite port in Brazil. It's full of lovely colour and energy. It's known as the capital of joy, actually, because you have these great week-long carnival celebrations, but in general, just seeing the Lacerda elevator is very interesting. But take a tour of that port for sure. Disembarking and spending 3 nights in stunning tropical Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Now, of course, you're there in their summer as well, so it's going to be lovely weather, most likely. It's such an incredible city, this one, and it really just marches to the beat of its own drum. People are incredibly friendly. It's full of energy. It's full of celebration everywhere you go. People are just laughing, enjoying life. You've got the famous hot spots. You've got to head to Ipanema and Copacabana Beach. Of course, there's been enough songs written about them. Mm-hmm. Then up to see Christ the Redeemer up in the mountains for sure. They have a little funicular that takes you up there to see Christ with the open arms, which was an absolute highlight for me. And then, of course, you have Sugarloaf Mountain, where you can get incredible views. Jewellery shopping, if you love to do that. H. Stern, Amsterdam Sowers, they're famous jewellers there in Brazil. They're known for their gemstones. And then, of course, we're going to fly you back to the UK after this epic adventure, which traverses, all the way from Portugal through to Brazil. Those two of Portuguese-speaking parts of the world that couldn't be further away, but you get to visit both of them.
Both with their Christ the Redeemer statue, because of course you have one on the banks of the Tagus River in Lisbon.
I didn't realise that. That's very cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow. And then you're heading to the most famous one, of course, over in Rio. It's a lovely holiday, this, isn't it? Beautifully thought out. Really, really lovely. Nice time of the year, again, to discover a part of the world like this. Good chunk of sea time in the middle as well as you cross the pond, which is very, very nice. Heading over to Brazil, of course, via Madeira and the Canaries, which again, beautiful, beautiful places. So the pace of this cruise is just fantastic. And then rounding it off with a stay in Rio is just like, you know, cherry on top. Brilliant. Low deposit for this one as well, for this package. £199 each today. Your deposit will get your place secured. And the price tag on this is just fantastic. Again, all-inclusive offering in terms of the cruise as well. So premium drinks are included. You've got Shore excursion credit, you've got extra Wi-Fi, and you've got your specialty dining as well. How long was the cruise on this one? This is 14 nights. You have 2 nights of specialty dining there as well, and you've got lots of choices on board, because once you get past 11 nights on an itinerary with Free at Sea, you get 2 nights of specialty dining included. They're not big cover charges anyway, in the restaurants, but to have them included, so much the better. Thank you very much. Right, here's the details to upgrade your stateroom. They're lovely. There's lots of included dining as well, by the way. I know we were just, you know, homing in there on specialty dining. There's lots of included dining, which feels like next level specialty dining as well, which is lovely. Lots of casual dining on board, but those specialty restaurants like the Churrascaria and, you know, La Cucina, the steakhouse, things like that. Do you know what? The thing with specialty dining, you've got 2 nights included, but you can always add more. You know, you can buy more nights of specialty dining on top of that, and you will look at the, you know, unenviable list of specialty restaurants and say, wow, it's difficult to narrow it down to 2.
Right.
But there you go. That's the great thing, isn't it? That's a good problem to have, isn't it, on a cruise? And remember, you can secure this right now. This is for next November, but secure the price with your deposit right now of £199 each. It just makes great sense to do that. You'll notice that in the cruising world, and we're kind of touching on this all the time, that people are making their arrangements longer in advance.
Yes.
Why? You're probably thinking, why would I want now to organise a holiday that I'm not taking for a year or a year and a half? Well, you know the price of everything. Yeah, exactly. So what's that going to look like in a year's time? Nobody knows, but certainly it's only going to go in one direction, isn't it? Which is up. So low deposits right now are securing great deals. It means that we're getting the flights and everything kind of, you know, pre-sorted for you, and a good deal with the cruise line with the as many extra perks as we can possibly do. It also gives you a good budgeting run up as well. It allows you, I mean, if you're booking a holiday a year ahead of time, you can put your deposit down right now and really sensibly plan out paying that up to your due date, so that by the time you actually go on the holiday, because you'd have paid for it 4 months before is your due date for complete payment, so by the time you actually go on the holiday, I saw somebody saying it online the other day, the holiday feels like it's free because it was paid for such a long time ago.
It's brilliant.
Yeah.
By the way, did you know that when you go to a churrascaria, you have like little stop and go signs? So you have a red one when you don't want any more meat.
Oh yeah, because it keeps coming, doesn't it?
It keeps coming. Yeah. And you have a green one when you're like, bring it on. I'll have the chicken, bring me the lamb, bring me the beef. And they just keep coming, and you'd be like, stop or go.
Sounds good to me.
If you head to Brazil as well, you'll definitely have to try it out there. But it's quite the experience, and that's why travel is so exciting, isn't it?
Absolutely. We'll see you back here for more later.